feel, cause I know that it's something real. Gonna say how I feel, cause I know that it's something real. Hey, hey. Gonna say how I feel, cause I know that it's something real.
Well, hi everybody. Oh, how did it get to that scene all of a sudden? That's wrong. Let's go here where we're supposed to be. Yes, there. I moved the screen share to the wrong spot in my list. I almost lost track of time, everybody. Hi, welcome. Good to have you here. Talk about multitasking this afternoon. I had Larry and Angie over here on this one on my old, watching that back and forth. There was the Zoom birthday party going on with Angie's. Then India came on, and I was watching her until just now. And literally, I looked at the clock and it said 6:29, and I was like, I didn't even have my earphones in or anything like that. So anyway, I'm saying hi to everybody here. Hi, Sammy. Nice to have you here. Hi, Larry. That was really cool doing that pour over the book, that book thing. That was. I have to go back and look at it carefully again. Donna. Hi, Donna. Donna's multitasking. Yes. Yay. It is a beautiful day here and then kind of kind of hazy, but that's great. Yes, Sammy, it's good to have you here. Thank you for coming, my friend. And yes, Angie's here. Grinchberry's Playhouse. You guys had a great live this afternoon. That was pretty cool to have all that stuff going on. Anyway, today hi Hannah. Oh, there's Helen. Nice. Well, we've got the Northwest in the house and Sammy and Donna. That's right. It's been a busy day in the pouring community. It started out. No, it's not a margarita. It was I poured my Krabby in here for the birthday party, and that went down already. And this is just plain water. I know it should be a margarita, but the throat was just. It's just been one of those busy days. It's started out. We got plans next Sunday with family and birthday and all kinds of stuff, so already getting pre-planning for that. My husband kind of likes to have things super organized when we're having people over, so had to do that. And plus yesterday I was at that art event and I tore down my studio setup. I took my extra monitor, I took my laptop, I took my iPad, and I had my photography there for sale, and I sold several pieces, but I also set up Sammy, you'll like this. I set up an interview type situation, and because it was a day of art for kids, and we had to show what artists do, and then it interactive what they could do. So I set it up like an interview and used the iPad as the camera, and I had the other monitor so they could see what was going on, and I used Ecamm, and then so I did a recording of this interview that I did with several kids, one at a time, and then I would email it to them so that they could have the recording. It was fun, and oh my gosh, it was a hoot. So yes, Sammy, they weren't live interviews, but I did some interviews. Sammy, you'll be proud of me. So yes, Gloria, happy birthday, Gloria. And it's Gloria's birthday weekend. I heard your event went really well. That's nice. Zoom is still going on. I know it's there. Angie had a list, I think, or had plans, and we kind of derailed her plans. So I think she's going to make it through her plans, come hell or high water. So that's the way it is. So anyway, last night I mentioned that I was hoping that my wires and everything that were in a complete disarray and totally mixed up and having far too much fun in a mix-up party and mud wrestling and everything on my desk, that they would straighten themselves out by this morning and get their act together. No such luck. They were still a mess this morning, so I had to figure it out. But you know what? I did it, and I got it more together. And my husband just came down with a tape measure, and he's measuring something. I just need one of those little pipe brackets, honey.
Yeah. Just wondering what size it
was. Oh, he's measuring. Anyway, because I have my camera is attached to a monopod that I have, and I want to attach the monopod to my desk in a more secure way. Anyway, because I had a monopod hanging around, and I don't use it for anything else, so why not use it as my camera thing? So yeah. So anyway, it took me a good part of the day getting all those wires straightened out and moving some lighting around and taking care of that, and I'm better with it now. I think it's better. I've got the shade, of course, open because it's sunny, but I think overall it's going to be more successful and a little easier. And I consolidated some things into, and I had some stuff I didn't need hanging out on the wires, and I fixed that, and yeah, I accomplished some things, so that feels good. Plus we pulled some weeds and did that. Yeah, good day. So today I chose a story that is a funny one. It is by let's see, that's illustrated by Peter Brown. It's by Aaron Reynolds. Yes. So this book is one that when I was still teaching, when I was still librarian, it was nominated for Washington Children's Choice Picture Book Award. It is a book that won the Caldecott Honor, and it is written by Aaron Reynolds and illustrated by Peter Brown. And Peter Brown is an amazing illustrator. But Aaron Reynolds is a hilarious author. And let me show you a little bit about him. So this is his website, which is the About. It's always interesting to see what they do on their About page. Oh, you don't need two of me. Don't need two of me. Why does it have two of me? Hide. There we go. Oh, hide. There we go. So on their About page, it's always interesting how he says, and he first has this thing, his pictures of himself, and it's all about Aaron. Aaron as a dwarven ranger, Aaron as a surf dude, and Aaron as drawn by a talented 6-year-old. So, it's great that he doesn't take himself too seriously with the whole thing. And, let's see, where am I? Where's that nut? Oh, I see what's happened. Just a sec. Wrong. There we go. And so it's this whole thing that he talks about, and he tells about who himself, New York Times bestselling author, many highly acclaimed books, including Creepy Pair of Underwear, Dude, the Fart Quest series. Yes. So are you getting a bent on his humor? The Fart Quest series. It's a whole series. Incredibly Dead Pets of Rex Dexter, and the Caldecott Honor Medalist Creepy Carrots, which, if you saw the opening, that should be a hint that that's the book we're going to read. Al has passion for this, and he lives in Chicago with his wife and 2 kids and 4 cats, and anywhere between 0 and 10 goldfish, depending on the day. he says that's the stuff that's on the back of the books. And then he goes to tell about stuff he didn't know, like his birth date, his age, do the math, his weight, nice try, keep going. He was born where he was born and raised, everywhere and nowhere. His dad was in the Air Force, so they moved around. This and that, his family, his favorite books, The Very Persistent Goppers of Fripp by George Saunders, which I just put on hold because I have to read it now. And his favorite other books, runner-up, Hobbit, James and the Giant Peach by Roald Dahl, Watership Down, oh, talk about different, and Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Favorite pizza, its colors, book, favorite food, all this kind of stuff that he likes to do. And he has this cool checklist at the end of what things he would like to do someday. Swim with sharks, already done it. Backpack across Europe, already did it. Learn to scuba dive, did it. Learn to play the violin and go into outer space. He's just got a lot of humor about him, and it's really, I thought it was some cool things. He's got cool extras on his website to do, interviews that he's done, his Bart Quest book, The Game, printable miniatures that you can do on 3D printers and stuff like that. Just really all around amazing. And then there's Peter Brown. So Peter Brown has just done so many wonderful books. So he was always loved telling stories. Growing up in New Jersey, he told stories by drawing whimsical characters and scenes from his imagination. He fell in love with writing as a teenager and began telling tales with words. He studied illustration. After graduating from that, he went to New York City to be closer to publishing industry, and he was working on animated TV shows when he signed a book deal to illustrate his first book, Flight of the Dodo. And his career took went from there, went on up. It shows that he even has his first book that he did when he was 6, right there. That's pretty cool. And he tells these wonderful things about himself, and then what he also does is he has this with freebies and things on it. So, like coloring book pages. And for Creepy Carrots, Will You Be My Friend? Children Make Terrible Pets. That's another one of his books. Purple Kangaroo. The Curious Garden is, absolutely fabulous book. Chowder, the Fabulous Bouncing Chowder. And Chowder is about a book, is about, Chowder, I'll show you Chowder. Chowder's a bulldog. And Chowder's just a dog that, I mean, he plays on the computer, he does all this kind of stuff, and it is a book that kids at school go absolutely nuts over. So there's always things to do that you can see in his stuff, and his coloring pages for Creepy Carrots are kind of fun, and I think you'll get it when you hear the story. Glad you're here lurking or not. Oh, who's lurking? Hi, Deirdre. Oh, yay. Tamara's here. Nice. Yay. People lurking around. That's awesome. Yeah, it is. It did feel good to get some things accomplished today and to get this back in space and actually to have some things cleaned out and cleared out and sit in a way that is better, that I can go from editing photos to doing live streams more easily and not have to reset things, which was kind of a pain, and caused me to not be as efficient as I want to. Anyway, so back to this Peter Brown, Aaron Reynolds, author, Peter Brown, the illustrator. Peter, I tell you, his books, like I can't say enough about his other books and things that he's done. Let's see if I can show some of them here. He's done Fred Gets Dressed. That's a new one. Wild Robots Escaped. The Creepy Pair of Underwear. So Creepy Carrots was the first one that came out in the Creepy series. And then there's the Creepy Pair of Underwear. There's the Wild Robot. My Teacher's a Monster, which is just, that was another Washington Children's Choice Picture Book Award nominee. Will You Be My Friend was also. Mr. Tiger Goes Wild, Creepy Carrots. Children Make Terrible Pets is another one that hit that list. Curious Garden hit the list too. Chowder has. If Chowder didn't win, Chowder might have won Washington Children's Choice. It's just, they're just so fun. And Flight of the Dodo was his very first. So, and he's done chapter books also that he's done the covers for him. It's super, super talented and a really interesting style, which you guys as artists, I think, are going to really enjoy this. So tonight's book is Creepy Carrots. And I hope you're ready because it's a hoot. I like it. And so let me drink my water there. Deidre's lurking. I went to the birthday bash. Good. And a final sit and put my feet up. Long day. Oh, good. Gloria, I hope you had a successful event. That is, I know it's hard when you do readings and those type of things. That's mentally, I mean, sometimes it's energizing when you're with others that are all doing that, and it can be to pull that energy in and you get through it. Boy, when you get home, it's like your energy, how can I say this? Your spiritual energy is really charged, but sometimes your physical energy can be just sucked out. And you go, oh, okay. I have done events where I did readings and it was, not easy. And so, all right. Let's have a story then. Time for Creepy Carrots. Words by Aaron Reynolds. Pictures by, hang on. Can you guys even hear me? Hardly, I bet. I didn't have my microphone on. I bet you can hear me better now. There we go. There. I was just talking loud enough. Pictures by Peter Brown. Gosh. Creepy Carrots. Jasper Rabbit had a passion for carrots, and the carrots that grew in Krakenhopper Field were the best. Fat, crisp, and free for the taking. Hang on. Something is not. There we go. He pulled some for a morning snack on the way to school. He yanked out a few on his way to Little League practice, and he ripped them from the ground on his way home at night. Jasper couldn't get enough carrots until they started following him. He first noticed something strange after the big game against the East Valley Hares. Jasper was just about to help himself to a victory snack when he heard it. The soft, sinister tunk, trunk, 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 trunk of carrots creeping. He turned, but there was nothing there. Just my imagination, he thought, but he hopped a little faster. That night, as he was brushing his teeth, there they were. Jasper whipped around, but nothing. He laughed at himself. No, picked his toothbrush off the floor and went to bed quickly. The next morning, he approached Krakenhopper Field slowly. First there. He reached for 2 wild carrots. Nothing happened. He bit into one. Nothing happened. Phew! Creepy carrots. Huh. It was ridiculous. But when he arrived home that evening, Mom! Mom! Jasper screamed, creepy carrots in the shed! His mom opened the door slowly. There weren't any carrots, not even the regular kind. No such thing as creepy carrots, Mom said, shaking her head. Looks like the carrots can change into things. Later that night, as Jasper lay in bed, he heard it. Breathing. Terrible, carroty breathing. And there on his wall, creepy carrots! He shouted, Dad! Dad! His dad thumped into his bedroom and threw on the light. They searched under the bed. No creepy carrots. They looked through the closet. No creepy carrots. They opened the dresser drawers. No creepy carrots. Just a bad dream, son, his dad said, shaking his head. Now, go to sleep. That wasn't going to happen. By the end of the week, Jasper was seeing creepy carrots creeping everywhere. Jasper knew his parents were wrong. Creepy carrots were real, and they were coming for him. But they couldn't get him if they couldn't get out. Jasper hatched a plan. First thing on Saturday, he grabbed supplies and headed to Krakenhopper Field. He lay out lines. He got to work cutting boards. He dug a trench. He made a moat. He put up fencing there. Yep, dug a trench, put the lines. As the sun finally set across Krakenhopper Field, Jasper Rabbit smiled. Yes, crocodiles in his... On his way home, there was no tonk, tonk, tonk. There were no carrot-shaped shadows. His plan had worked. No creepy carrots would ever get out of that carrot patch again. And as the sun finally set, the carrots of Krakenhopper Field cheered! Their creepy plan had worked. They were sure of it. Jasper Rabbit would never get into that carrot patch ever again. Look at the one creepy carrot down here. They have different ones, faces on them. I would read this book, and the kids we would then have just little like triangles, and they would like carrot-shaped type things, how many different faces and things that they could draw and make them, whether they were making creepy or not, all the different emotions and fan faces that they could do. Carrot faces, it was always so much fun. Yep, that's creepy carrots. Oh my goodness. So that's kind of a fun book. Yep, close that one. There was back, where did it go? Oh, and there is a book that goes with it that we're going to do, and it is called, where did it go? Snack Attack. It's by Terry Border. it's, well, it's a food evening. I haven't had dinner yet, so I figured I'll go with this and I'll be completely hungry and ready for this one. So this one is called Snack Attack. You ready for another one? Let's see if... Oh my gosh. Yeah. Good. There's Donna's email, Gloria Salaki, GloriaSaloky@gmail.com. If you want a reading with Gloria, yes, do that. So that's cool. I know, creepy clown carrots. Yes, you could do clown carrots. Oh my gosh. Creepiest carrot is Carrot Top. Yes. Your dad grew all your veggies and you just could not bring yourself to eat the baby ones. Oh, the baby carrots. Do it. All right. Snack Attack. Here we go. By Terry Border. So we've got all the little cookies and pretzels and my favorite, Cheetos. So, okay, before we get into this, I'll tell you the Cheetos story first off. Okay. So when I was teaching, kids would bring their own snacks for school, and I happened to really like Cheetos. So if they brought Cheetos for a snack, I had a Cheeto tax in my classroom. Seriously, I'm serious. This is true. This is a true story. I had a Cheeto tax. So if they brought a bag of Cheetos, they had to pay me 2 Cheetos. That was a Cheeto tax in my classroom. You bring Cheetos, my favorite snack, you pay me 2. Because they're whatever. That was my whole thing, a Cheeto tax. It got to the point, and I told the kids that it was for life, that it didn't happen just because they were in my classroom in first grade or second grade or whatever year, that until they left, the school was for life. If I ever saw them and they had Cheetos, they owed me 2. It got to the point where I would be walking through, if I walked through the lunchroom during lunchtime and the kids, if there were kids who had ever been in my class, they would simply hold up 2 Cheetos. And you would see these hands pop up all over the gym, in the lunchroom, the cafeteria, with Cheetos. Because if they didn't, somebody would rat them out. Donnie has Cheetos, Mrs. Shepherd. So here it is, years later. I've left the classroom, so I didn't have a Cheeto tax because I didn't have snacks in the library. Although if anybody ever came and ate lunch in there and they had chat, they would, okay. But Michael, oh, Michael. So Michael is the same age as my youngest daughter. And she and he were in the same preschool classroom together, but then he was in my K1 too. So I had him for 3 years in class. And so he knew the Cheeto tax and everything like this. So here, years later, I'm in the library one day, and by this time, I think he was a senior in high school, or he had graduated and he was coming back to visit his family. Anyway, he shows up at the door of the library one day. And I had a whole class in there. It was like this, and a bunch of people would like, Michael, and he had his hands behind his back. And he goes, hey, you guys, to all the kids. And they go, I'm like, kids, you guys, this is Michael. He says, my student, I had him in first grade, kindergarten, first, second, and third grade. It's his teacher for 3 years. And he goes, hey, everybody. He goes, hey, you guys, you want to know how to get Mrs. Shepherd? And they go, yeah. And he pulls out one arm behind him, and he has a bar of chocolate, which was my other weakness. He says, chocolate, and then he pulls out from behind his other back a big full-size bag of Cheetos. I mean, a great big size bag of Cheetos. And he says, and Cheetos. And he hands them to me and he says, I'm paid for life. it was the cutest thing. I mean, but by this time, I'd been his kindergarten first and second grade teacher, and he walks in and he's like 6'2" and tall, skinny kid, and throws his arms around me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he was like 18 or 19 at that time, and it was pretty funny. So Cheetos, that's my story to go for Snack Attack. You got to hear the Cheeto story and the Cheeto tax. Yeah, all right, here we go. Story time. Snack Attack. Oh. By Terry Border. One afternoon, a cheese doodle, a pretzel stick, and a cookie all escaped from their packages, even though they had been warned about the outside world. There were monsters, they had heard, with big teeth and slobbery tongues, who ate snacks like them in 2 loud chomps. But wherever they were seemed fun, not dangerous. They even went boating on a pond. Look at the glasses on the Cheetos and the cheese doodle and the cookie. Then they found the note. Hi, kiddo. I hope you had a good day at school. I had to go out, so I left you some snacks because I'll be late. Love, Mom. Oh, no. She means us, cried Cookie, who was a very smart cookie. Pretzel and Cheese Doodle asked what a kid was. A kid is a kind of monster, said Cookie, like the ones we've been warned about. They're giants. A monster kid can hold all 3 of us in one of their humongous dirty hands, and they can squash us to bits. Yikes, said Pretzel. And that's not the worst part, said Cookie. They can crack us in half, dunk us in milk. She shuddered. There's even more. They can swallow us all in one monstrous gulp. I feel faint, said Pretzel. We have to come up with a plan, and quick. Cheese Doodle had heard about a thing called the 5-second rule, where monsters won't eat food after it's been on the floor for longer than 5 seconds. Let's roll on the floor for 6 seconds and make the kid not want to eat us, he said. Nope, said Cookie. That only works with monster moms, not monster kids. Cheese Doodle came up with another idea. Maybe they could hide. But after they found a good hiding place, ouchie, ouch, ouch, yelled Cheese Doodle. Oh no, said Pretzel. Cheese Doodle got too close to the cheese grater. I don't feel greater, said Cheese Doodle. It's really a cheese worser. Cheese Doodle got one last idea, his best one yet. He turned over the note and wrote on the other side, Dear kid, please drink some water and eat nothing else. From your loving mama. As soon as the note was finished, they heard footsteps. Footsteps of a monster kid. The snacks closed their eyes and tried their best not to shake from fear. While the monster kid read the note, Cheese Doodle took a quick peek and was quite surprised. Pretzel peeked too. She couldn't believe what she saw. Although Monster Kid was a giant, it didn't look like a monster at all. The Monster Kid got some water from the sink and took a nice long sip. My plan worked, said Cheese Doodle once the kid had left. What a relief. It didn't seem unhappy about the nice glass of water, said Pretzel. Maybe we can be friends with the monster kids. I think we can, said Cheese Doodle. How about you, Cookie? Hey, Cookie. Where are you? Cookie? And that's Snack Attack. No snack is safe. Oh my gosh. I love it. Unexpected, yes. That was that tongue illustration was pretty yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. I thought those two books would go together well today for a nice Sunday evening. Oh no! Cookie? Cookie! Yeah, Cookie didn't make it past the note. the Cookie and the kid, no, Oh well, that's the way it goes. So you guys, thank you, Larry. I'm glad you liked them. They are fun. Creepy Carrots and Snack Attack. They went together quite well tonight. Great authors. Great, let's see, I wonder what Terry Border. Because Terry Border did the, yeah. Podcast. Did he do? I'm looking to see if I got the right Terry Border on here. So, bent objects. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, he did. His website is he's worked as a commercial photography industry for a dozen years before leaving it to follow more artistic ambitions. He began what he calls bent objects, anthropomorphizing everyday objects and foods by adding wire arms and legs. In 2006, he started that. Since then, he has published 2 collections of bent objects images and 9 children's books. Mr. Border speaks about and exhibits his work internationally, and he lives with his wife and daughter in Greenwood, Indiana. Ah, that's very cool. It's bent objects. Let me show you on the website real quick. Screen share. Hear about him. This is him, his whole thing about wherein the ordinary becomes extraordinary. And then he has a video here on Vimeo about how he adds wire to different everyday objects. He was born on Shaw Air Force Academy in South Carolina in 1965. And yeah, works all over. Very cool. I like that. I love that idea. There's several books out that do the anthropomorphizing of either objects or animals, and they come up with really kind of cool things. So I have to look into his stuff again. But you guys, I think for now I'm gonna let you go because it's about 7:15, and on my time I haven't had dinner yet. Clouds are enough. We're probably not going to catch a good sunset, but it's still nice to go see. And it's been a busy day, but it's been really nice to come and share these with you. As always, one of the things that my friend Michelle Lawrence said today on her, she did a live today, and it was about things that you need to do for yourself to relax. And one of the things was to read. And for me, doing this nightly reading for you guys really helps me relax, because I get to read some of my favorite things and it helps me wind down. And I know a lot of you have let me know that it's a way you use to wind down too, and you just to relax. So thanks for sharing your Sunday evening with me and for sharing so many of your evenings with me. I really do appreciate it. And I appreciate you being here. So don't forget to like and share this out if you can. And, I love the comments that you guys send to me all the time in the comments here and afterwards. So until night Deirdre, you are there, and everybody, I'm going to take off. You guys have a good evening, and we're going to dance this party out. Take care, I'll see you soon.
In the heat of the night, we could get lost in all the lights and sounds. Feel alright, we won't go home, we will just stay here downtown. There's not just stars on the boulevard, they're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards, I just need you by my side. We could be shameless, famous, running cool, with a love that leaves us weightless. Ooh, drop dead gorgeous, wow. Ooh, you got me feeling starstruck too. We could be famous, we could be famous. You blow my mind, looking like a model, better than the usual. Don't even try.
Dancing carrots.
You're typical, I'll put you on a pedestal. There's not just stars on the boulevard, they're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards, I just need you by my side. We could be shameless, famous, running cool, with a love that leaves us weightless. Ooh, drop dead gorgeous, wow. Ooh, you got me feeling starstruck too. We could be famous, we could be famous, we could be famous, we could be famous.
Thank you, Larry.
We could be shameless, famous, running cool, with a love that leaves us weightless. Ooh, drop dead gorgeous, wow. Ooh, you got me feeling starstruck too. We could be famous, we could be famous.
You're welcome, Tamara. Thanks for coming. Means a lot to me.
We could be famous.
Bye, everybody. See you soon.